to Slide Bites. Today coming back at you with a little bit of return to my roots here. This is my Yamaha RBX170 bass guitar. So I've actually had this guitar since I was probably about 17 years old, so about 13 years now. And it has been a reliable and good standby for me as a bass player for a church back in the day, and now I'm using it for, you call it kind of doomy stuff, and a lot of metal and rock guitar, bass guitar I should say, and I really like this thing. All passive, you got one jazz pickup, single coil, and your split coil precision pickup. I like that. You get a lot of variety in your tone, and you do have a tone knob. I don't really ever do too much with that. I usually just crank it up and leave it. You can roll it back if you want. You can see what it sounds like a little bit. Yeah, to me it just sounds better cranked. Anyway, that's just my opinion. And this is in the beautiful red metallic flake. I like that a lot. They were available in white, I believe, black, blue, and red. I know for sure black, blue, and red because the guy who taught me to play bass actually had the blue version, and we looked at the black. I think there was a white version. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, these things are excellent. This is a full-scale bass. You may not look it. Maybe it does. I don't know. Comparing it to my wife's Jackson bass, it kind of looked shorter, but it's actually full scale, so kind of cool. Now, I believe these are our production now. They moved on to a newer design, and you know, that's fine. I think this looks a little better than the newer ones, and at the price point I got this at back then in the day was around $180, so that was a good deal. 24 fret neck, rosewood fretboard, 4-string obviously, and you know, it sounds good, and we're playing in drop D right now, and at the beginning we were going through my bass setup for pedals, which is a Digitech synth wah envelope filter, the Behringer Ultra Octaver, the Behringer Heavy Metal, and the Behringer Digital Reverb, which is like 10 years old. So yeah, the Heavy Metal is technically not a bass pedal. None of those really are technically, but I find the Heavy Metal, it's supposed to sound like Swedish metal, but it's very nice and fuzzy and buzzy, and I like that for really heavy sounds. I do a lot of EDM style stuff on bass guitar too in my own time, so that works really great, especially when I'm in that cyberpunk kind of a mood. So yeah. So this thing has been, I mean, again, 13 years, no issues with any electronics or anything at all. Quality is spot on. I mean, what more else is there to say? It is a excellent 4-string bass guitar, and this is the thing with Yamaha. My wife has a Yamaha acoustic guitar from the, I want to say the 70s, and that thing was her grandfather's, and it plays great. You know, and that's one of those things I love about Yamaha. I'm having trouble getting the light here, but that's one of those things about Yamaha's instruments is that they tend to just work and last and be an excellent entry point for a lot of people into musical instruments. So yeah, I definitely recommend picking up Yamahas and really getting a feel for them and playing. If it's your thing, go for it, because I think they're great instruments. You know, I think they tend to be a little bit higher quality probably than a Squier, but maybe not always. These days Squier is excellent, so it's kind of hard to say, but I think especially in the price point, you can't really go wrong with Yamaha's equipment. And I know we're actually running through an Ampeg BA, I think it's a BA108 bass amplifier, little combo. I got that for like $70 in the close it out deal. No built-in distortion or anything, just a straight up clean amp. And I use pedals for everything else, but anyway, it was no big deal. Which Yamaha, I believe, now owns Ampeg, which is kind of hilarious. So I kind of got the whole kit and caboodle going for Yamaha here. But you know, everything on this guitar has been quality, has lasted, and it sounds great. And if you want to switch pickups, you just basically turn the volume knob all the way off, and you can mix and blend them as you wish. Most of the time I just crank them all the dials up, or I turn off the jazz and just use the precision. Jazzy pickups are good for a lot of styles of music. You definitely use them in And the jazz pickups, the single coil here, are great for a lot of different things. You can use them for metal. I can and I do often, but a lot of times I like the punchier sound of the precision pickup, and that's just a personal taste thing. Often when I'm doing a lot of EDM stuff too, I like to switch over to the precision, but for certain things, especially if you really just want to be aggressive with that, I like throwing them both on. You get that little bit more of a growl, or maybe just use the single coil on the jazz pickup just to really get that nice meaty growl that bass is really good at providing on that jazz pickup. So there's a little tone tip, little trick maybe that might help you out. Your truss rod adjustment, I actually really like this. A lot of people hate it, but I actually really like it just right here where I can get to it nice and easy. And again, that's personal preference, but to me that just makes everything so much simplistic, so much better than having to take off truss rods. I hate truss rod covers, I should say. I don't want to have to take off truss rod covers to adjust the truss rod, so yeah, I hate covers. Anyway, standard, perloid looking, I don't know if they're probably synthetic perloid dot markers on your frets. Everything is pretty standard. The neck is very, very similar to what I would consider a Fender C shape. It gets a lot finer as you go up the neck, obviously, but especially back here, it feels a lot like I'm playing a Squier or a Fender. So yeah. Now, I'm not a strict finger only player. I actually use pick just as much, and I'm still getting used to a lot of the popping and slapping, and I've been doing this for a long time. This is where I started off when I was 14 or 15 with bass guitar. This isn't my first bass guitar. That one's in storage. I'm not sure if it's ever. It's a mess. Anyway, I'm not sure that one will ever come back, or if it's worth the effort of bringing it back necessarily. We'll see about that, but. This thing has just been an excellent bass for years for me, and I highly recommend these. If you can get these at a good price, even today, they hold up. There's no real. If you can get them for, considering they are now, probably 13 years old plus. If you can get these for a good price, a little over $100, they're going to hold their own with just about anything out there, and they're going to be a step above probably anything like a Rogue for sure. I've had plenty of experience with Rogue stuff, and I will say this: I would definitely recommend something like this. 13 years is an excellent lifespan on an instrument so far for a low price. So definitely look into them. But yeah. Not a whole lot else to say about it. I just really wanted to cover this because this is an excellent instrument that doesn't get a whole lot of love anywhere, and you can still find them all over the place on Reverb and on Guitar Center's used sites and everywhere. It's just about anywhere it sells used guitars online, you can find these suckers, and they are great bass guitars. So if you get a chance, pick them up. If you are looking for more than 4 strings, maybe you'll need something else. I don't know if they make these anything more than that, but for me, this has been perfect. I probably will get into the 5-string game here soon, hopefully, but that'll be another video later on. But yeah, that's the Yamaha RBX170 PJ bass, and again, can't go wrong with them. Definitely recommend, and that's all I gotta say about that. So, alright, get a little force gump there. So, anyway, this has been Slight Bites. Thanks for watching. Again, appreciate everyone who keeps coming back and watching my annoying little rambling videos. So, thanks again, and I keep shredding, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.